Sue-sama, Ishikan ni nankai asagohan tabemasu ka? Yeah. So, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with what I just did to you?
No needed.
Like, I have no idea
No
what I'm
warm-up.
listening to.
Yeah.
You don't know the questions beforehand. Maybe that would
Yes, definitely.
You just got slapped with a wet dish of Japanese.
Yes. Yeah, I would be very angry at my teacher if they did that to me and then just, like, I get so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
So now we're getting into how you should be setting up listening tasks in your adult classes. Sorry, I know you speak fluent Japanese, so it kind of went against the whole.
Killed my confidence in a way.
No, but I mean, during the rehearsal, like Chris Bell, like he just passed his NICU, and he was like, it's difficult because if you don't know what you're listening for, then how? Even in English.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say before that one of the big things that I guess they don't like about listening activity hurts your confidence. If you don't understand, it's too hard.
I hope you can bounce back from that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I was actually like listening, thinking, "Oh man, is she gonna want the answers to these or what?"
Yeah, right, exactly. Like you don't know what my expectation was, and yeah. So, how many of you kind of got stuck on the first part, even trying to figure out what the conversation was about? Yeah. Daily activities. How often Sue does things. So basically, before starting a listening exercise, there's a lot of kind of lead-up work that needs to be done with that. So number one is the lead-in, which is basically, you don't have to write this down because it's in my handout. So, intro to the topic. Just trying to brainstorm a little bit and find out what your students already know about that topic. Any vocabulary that they may already know, that's useful. You can do this, you can also show pictures, depending on what, the listening activity is about. Bring pictures in and get them to brainstorm around that, because as was mentioned before, some people need more visual support than others. There's also something called cloud prediction, which we will demonstrate a little bit later on in this presentation. The cloud prediction is actually in the Interchange teacher's books, and it's a really good brainstorming activity for reading and listening exercises. So, like I said, we'll come back to that. Then you want to start the pre-task work, which is vocabulary and grammar confirmation. So this involves you going through the listening task or the reading, as it may be, but in this specifically, going through the listening transcript and picking out vocabulary that you think is going to be challenging, vocabulary that maybe they haven't come across before, and have those answers ready for it. If they don't know it, you're going to have to explain it. And then you are going to set the task for the listening activity. There are many ideas for that, and we're actually going to do them in just a couple of minutes. Some of them are called I Heard It. You will have a chance to play these games. Word count, etc. Then you play the audio recording, And after you do that, you ask your students to volunteer their answers. And number 6, could they complete the task? If no, go back to number 4 and play the audio again. And I think it's really important to stress that just because your student has to listen to a recording 3, 4, 5, even 6 times, it doesn't mean that they're failing. It's a process. That each time they listen, they're hearing a little more. Each time they listen, they're getting better at listening. So don't be discouraged by the amount of times or think that, why aren't they getting this? It's just, it's a process and it takes a long time. And that's why it's also a little bit hard to teach and why some of your students may not be that into it. It doesn't have kind of an immediate payoff, but, important. Okay. And next, so yes, if they could answer it, then you move on to post-listening activities, which again, I will get to in a bit. So, what I'd like to do now is have you be my students. Can you guys pass these? Thanks. Okay, what I'd like everybody to do right now is open to the page that looks like this. Okay. So, let's try pre-target task A. I heard it. Okay, so first, can you please repeat all of the words after me? And for those of you who speak Japanese, I apologize for my accent. Okay, ready? Hon.
Hon.
Kinjo.
Kinjo.
Tepu.
Tepu.
Eiga.
Eiga.
Asa gohan.
Asa gohan.
Eigo.
Eigo.
Hiru gohan.
Hiru gohan.
Tomodachi.
Tomodachi.
Okay, are there any words in there that people don't know?
I know ego.
Okay, let's go through all of them. Book. Kinjo is neighborhood. Teipu is cassette tape, right? Eiga, movie, good. Asa gohan?
Breakfast.
Nice. Eigo.
English.
Thank you. Hiru gohan?
Lunch.
Good. Tomodachi? Okay. So, for this activity, I'm going to play the recording again, and I want you to check off only the words that you hear.